AITA for saying yes to 2 proposals. Because I couldn't pick between my past and my future, I, maybe, ruined 2 men, 1 holiday, and my own reputation. Throwaway, because if you know, you know. I, 28F, am the woman from that Christmas proposal story. Yes, the one with the ceramic Santa, the double proposal, and the Facebook explosion. No, I didn't come here to defend myself. I came here because Reddit already has opinions, and I'm sick of reading them in screenshots. So here it is. My side, no excuses. Just my truth. Let's rewind. I was dating someone amazing. Let's call him Tom. You know him as OP from the other posts. He's kind, steady, hilarious, genuinely good. The kind of guy who brings you soup when you're sick and actually reads the recipe instructions. We were together 3 years. It was good, safe, consistent. But sometime in year 2, something in me shifted. Not because of him, because of me. I started wondering if I settled too soon, if comfort had replaced passion. Cue the worst decision of my life. I reconnected with my ex, Ryan. Ryan was chaos, tattoos and poetry and grand gestures. He was my college love, the guy who once flew across the country just to say sorry in person. We broke up when he got married, which was messy. But when he got divorced, he reached out. Just a hope you're doing well message. We started talking, then texting, then having lunch. It was always just catching up, until it wasn't. He told me he still loved me, always had. And then, like a walking Nicholas Sparks novel, he proposed. Quietly, no big show, just us and a bottle of wine. I said yes, I know. My brain screamed, what the hell are you doing? But my heart said, maybe this is the movie moment. I didn't tell Tom. Not yet. I told myself I needed time. I was going to tell him after the holidays. After I figured out what to say. Because how do you look someone that good in the eye and say, I betrayed you, and I'm not sure I want to. And then Christmas came. And Tom proposed, in front of our families, with a speech that made everyone cry. What was I supposed to do? Say no? Blow up Christmas in real time? I panicked. I said yes, again. 2 rings, 2 fiancés, 0 backbone. Then Ryan saw the Facebook photos, showed up, and the whole thing blew up harder than a Hallmark Channel twist with HBO budget. I didn't speak for 2 days. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. My mom cried. My dad called me a real-life rom-com villain. Honestly, I deserved that. I tried to talk to Tom, he wouldn't see me. Ryan left, then came back, then left again. I cried a lot. I drank a lot of boxed wine. I went dark on socials. But here's the part no one knows. I didn't pick either of them because I didn't love myself enough to believe I deserved a choice. I eventually ended up back with Ryan. It felt familiar. Like I could rewrite the ending. We got engaged. Again. I found out I was pregnant. We came to Tom's uncle's play. I thought I could handle it. I couldn't. Seeing my mess on stage, it hurt more than being hated. Because it was true. So Reddit AITA for saying yes twice, for being afraid to choose, for wanting love even if I had no clue how to hold it. I know I hurt them both. But I swear I never meant to hurt anyone. I just didn't know who I was without someone choosing me. Now I'm learning, slowly, even if everyone already decided who the villain was. TLDR. Said yes to my ex and my boyfriend because I couldn't say yes to myself. One proposal was safe. One was exciting. Both were wrong until I figured out who I am. YTA? Probably. But maybe not forever. Update pending, if people actually want to hear more from the supposed villain. I didn't know seeing myself on stage would break me more than the internet did. Hey again. I wasn't sure I'd come back. The first post blew up more than I expected. People had a lot of feelings, some supportive. A lot, not. But I get it. Still, some of you asked what happened next. So here goes. After the Christmas chaos, I went quiet, ghosted socials, screened calls. Ryan moved back in with his brother for a while. I stayed at my parents'. The awkward silence was palpable, like you could hear my mom blinking. Eventually, I reached out to Ryan. We had this deeply weird, quiet dinner. He asked if I still loved him. I said yes. It wasn't a romantic yes. It was a tired yes. Oh, we've been circling this drain for 10 years? Yes. But it was honest. We got back together. Slowly, quietly. No grand re-proposal. Just this mutual agreement to try again. I moved into his apartment. We started therapy. It was actually going okay. Then I found out I was pregnant. It wasn't planned. I cried for like an hour on the bathroom floor. Ryan brought me ginger tea and just sat there. He said, "Well, guess we better figure our shot out." So we did. Kinda. He proposed again, officially. Just us this time. I said yes, for the third and hopefully last time. And then came Pete's play. We heard about it through Ryan's cousin. He said, "Hey, isn't this about your whole thing?" and sent us a poster. I laughed, then cried, then laughed again, then bought tickets. I showed up thinking I could handle it. I was wrong. Watching Liz play me was like watching my own bad decisions on a projector screen in hell. She was so good. Too good. The lines, the crying, the ceramic Santa bit. It felt like a punishment and a therapy session wrapped in glitter. When she said, "I said yes to him and yes to you because I didn't know how to say yes to myself," I had to get up. Because I said that. To Ryan, once, drunk, on a couch. I walked out. Ryan followed. He didn't say anything, just held my hand. Later that night, I texted Tom. I know. I shouldn't have. I don't know. I needed him to know I saw it, that it mattered, that he told the truth, even when I didn't. He didn't reply. He shouldn't. I don't blame him. Anyway, Ryan and I are still figuring things out. I'm in my second trimester. The baby is healthy. We've picked names. If it's a girl, her middle name will be Grace. Because God knows I'm learning what that word means. I'm not looking for redemption. Just closure. If anyone out there has ever been the villain in someone else's story, know this. You can rewrite your own. You don't get to erase what you did, but you can grow from it. TLDR. Back with Ryan, pregnant, saw the play. It cracked me open in ways therapy never did. Texted Tom one last time, got silence. And maybe that was the grace I needed. Update if the wedding actually happens, or if Pete gets a Netflix deal and I have to audition to play myself. I ran into Tom again, and he said the one thing I didn't know I needed to hear. I wasn't going to post again. I really wasn't. But life doesn't stop just because you've hit emotional rock bottom in front of 400 strangers in a community theater. This happened 2 weeks ago. I'm about 22 weeks pregnant now. The wedding is technically happening. Invitations are drafted but not sent. Ryan wants to do something small. I want to run away to a cabin and raise goats. But that's not the point of this post. I ran into Tom. Totally random. I was at the farmer's market with my mom, waddling, sweating, carrying an aggressively large bag of organic peaches. I turned the corner and bam, there he was, standing at a honey booth, wearing sunglasses and holding a jar like a literal ad for post-breakup glow-ups. We locked eyes. Neither of us moved. Then he smiled and said, "Hey." Just that. Casual. Like we hadn't emotionally detonated each other's lives in front of 2 families and a Facebook audience. I froze, then mumbled, "Hi," and stared at the peaches like they could save me. He asked how I was. I said, "Pregnant." He laughed, said, "Yeah, I noticed." I asked how he was. He said, "Weirdly good." There was this long silence, and then I said it. "I'm sorry." I didn't expect him to say anything back. I figured I'd earned a lifetime of awkward run-ins and emotional ghosting. But he looked at me and said, "Me too. But I'm also grateful. Because if you hadn't said yes to him, I might have stayed stuck waiting for someone who didn't want to choose me fully." That hit harder than I expected. He wasn't angry, just at peace. It made me want to cry and also hug him and also dig a hole and hide in it for a decade. Then he said something I'll never forget. "You don't have to spend your whole life apologizing. Just make sure you live a better one going forward." Then he told me congratulations, wished me and the baby well, and walked away with his damn honey jar like some kind of emotionally evolved Greek god. I didn't cry until later, in the car, while holding a bruised peach and sobbing into a paper bag. I haven't told Ryan. Not because I'm hiding it, just, I don't know. It felt sacred, like a ghost lifted off my shoulders. Tom's doing fine, I can tell. Maybe even happy. I think I'm getting there too, slowly, clumsily, with stretch marks and weird dreams and more therapy than I can afford. But I'm getting there. TLDR. Ran into Tom at a farmer's market. He was kind. I apologized. He gave me peace. And for the first time, I didn't feel like the villain, just a very flawed person trying to be better. Update if the wedding happens, or if this baby comes out with a sense of dramatic timing and a full head of hair. The wedding didn't happen, but the baby did well. This isn't the update I expected to write. I was supposed to be married by now. We had a date, a small venue, white fairy lights. My mom cried when she saw the dress. Ryan's brother offered to DJ. I had a list of songs to walk down the aisle to. None of them played. Because we called it off. Not in a dramatic way. Not with someone storming out or cheating or another surprise proposal, thank God. It just unraveled. The closer we got to the wedding, the more obvious it became that we weren't doing it for the right reasons. We were doing it because we thought we had to. Because there was a baby. Because there was history. Because we were trying to patch the Titanic with duct tape. One night, about a month before the big day, I asked Ryan if he was happy. He didn't answer right away. Eventually he said, "I think I'm tired." And I said, "Me too." We sat there, in silence, listening to the baby hiccup through the monitor, and we both knew. So we canceled it. People were shocked. My mom tried to talk me out of it. Ryan's parents were quietly relieved. My group chat lit up like a Vegas marquee, but I felt calm. Like finally admitting we weren't forever freed us both. Then the baby came. Labor was long, messy, painful, beautiful. Ryan was there the whole time, holding my hand, cracking terrible jokes, whispering, "You're doing amazing," even when I was 100% not. She came into the world screaming. We named her Lucy Grace. 7 alibs, tennas of pink, wrinkly redemption. Ryan cried, I cried, the nurse cried. For the first week, we didn't sleep. We just stared at her. Took turns holding her like she was made of glass and stardust. We're not married. We're not even dating anymore. But we're a team. He lives nearby, comes over every morning, changes diapers, makes coffee, holds her while I shower. We're doing co-parenting like it's a startup we're both secretly proud of. It's weird, but it works. And me? I'm okay. I go to therapy, I journal, I nurse, I nap when I can. I text Liz memes at 3 a.m. I watch Bluey with Lucy even though she's too young to care. Tom would laugh at that. Sometimes I still think about Tom, not in a pining way, more like remembering a book that changed your life, even if you never reread it. I hope he's happy. I hope he finds someone who never makes him question if he's enough. TLDR. Called off the wedding. Had the baby. Lucy Grace is perfect. Ryan and I aren't together, but we're parenting like pros. For the first time, I'm not choosing between love and identity. I'm just choosing to show up, every day, for her, for me. I think that's enough. Probably one last update after Lucy turns 1. Unless she starts walking early and causes another family-wide scandal. Lucy turned 1, and I think I finally forgave myself. It's been a year. Lucy turned 1 last weekend. We had a picnic in the park. Just close friends, family, finger sandwiches, and a very ugly Elmo cake that collapsed in the sun. She loved it. She also took her first steps, barefoot on a blanket, chasing a balloon. The whole family burst into tears like we were in a diaper commercial. Ryan was there. Still not my partner. Still my co-parent. We figured out a rhythm. We're not perfect, but we show up. Every day. That counts. He's dating someone now. Her name's Claire. She's great, calm, thoughtful. She made Lucy a handmade stuffed animal that looks like a duck. Lucy drags it around like a battle flag. And me? I'm not dating, not rushing, just learning, working, writing. Yeah, journaling turned into blogging, and somehow I have a little following now. I started a parenting support group called Soft Starts. We meet in a church basement and talk about healing, growth, and how sleep deprivation is a form of legalized torture. I haven't spoken to Tom since the farmer's market. But last week, I got a card. No name. Just a photo of a honey jar and the words, "You're doing great," I cried. Obviously. Then Lucy bit my toe and the moment passed. Because motherhood is humbling like that. So here it is, read it, the end. I made a mess. Hurt people. Got hurt. Learned the hard way that saying yes to everyone means saying no to yourself. But I also found grace. In a baby's laugh. In late-night feedings. In the quiet strength of starting over. I'm not the villain. I'm not the victim. I'm just Jenna. TLDR. Lucy's one. I'm still not married, still growing, still healing. But for the first time in my life, I know who I am, and that I'm enough. That's the real ending. Thank you for listening, for roasting me, for rooting for me, for reminding me that even the messiest stories deserve a little redemption. If this ever becomes a play sequel, I call dibs on the casting. If you like these stories and videos, make sure to like, comment, and share so we can make some money from ad revenue and continue getting better and better with our publications. We strive to donate a portion of everything we make to charities that make a difference. Let us know if there is someone or thing you want to support. Thank you for staying until the end and enjoying the story.